Good morning. Welcome. It's Wake Up Nigeria for a Thursday, and boy, what a week it has been. But I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah, please do. Please do. We can't wait to hear it. You know, we always love hearing about all your weekly escapades.
I could get to it, but there absolutely is nothing. So don't worry. At the end of the show, you understand why I'm so happy today that it's Thursday, because to me it feels like a Friday. But welcome, Wake Up Nigeria for a Thursday edition here.
Thursdays are always artsy and colorful, and that's why we dress like this. Okay, I decided to put on an Ankara jacket today. It's
good.
This is actually a very old jacket. Guess how old this jacket is?
It must be 12 years old. I don't know.
What? You what? Okay, so this is older than my children. Let's just put it like that. Yes, it is.
Not bad.
And I love it.
It's grand.
You know, it's a premium wax hair.
What's your Thursday going to be like? You want to let us know, please? We're going to be asking that question, giving the hashtag to actually go to. So, this is what we do every single day of the week. We wake up early and make sure that we are here in place just to welcome you into a brand new day and give you the oomph that you need to keep going all the way. Yeah. Something's happening to my tongue.
No, don't worry. Let's just tell them who we are. My name is Titilayo Oyinson.
And my name is Mazino Appeal. I got that right.
Yeah, you can always stream this show live on tvcentertainment.tv or on Facebook at TVC Connect.
And of course, remember that you can carry us with you every single place that you go. All you need to do is download the app on your phone. We say this every single morning. If you don't have it by now, what have you been doing? It's available on iOS and also Google Play Store. Yeah,
so, hey, if you've decided to watch the show, you might decide to participate. You can do that via social media. Just follow us at TVC Connect and use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Now, let's tell you what we have coming for you this morning.
Of course, when it comes to arts and art display, we are definitely going to be having an artist in the building. We came through the reception and saw some amazing artworks, and the artwork that we are looking forward to seeing is by Uzoma Anyao. How we destroy Nigeria. So, you know, it's always interesting when we have authors come into the studio. We have John Adetunji Adeoye stepping into the building, and it's going to be an interesting conversation.
On how we destroyed Nigeria. What a book. I can't wait for this one, actually.
Yeah, it's always colorful and energetic on Thursdays.
Yes, it is. You're hiding much of your face with that big hair. Look, let them see it. Come on.
Really?
It's a good hair, but it's just hiding all of the
good
face.
Hair?
It is
a good hair?
That's
fantastic hair. Excuse me?
I know. If only it was yours. We know you bought it.
Wow.
Nice one.
It's fantastic. Don't get it.
Nice one. Thank you.
I am celebrating the end of 2 weeks of...
What?
My goodness, I've had quite the past 2 weeks. I haven't had a day of rest since Monday last week.
Okay.
And I think today, maybe tomorrow, but I'm looking forward to the end of today, will be the day that I'm going to be like, at last.
You just breathe. So in other words, he's been making a lot of money. And this is where we remind him of his obligation as, you know, one of the lead anchors to bless the other members of the team.
And funny enough, Halima, you are here. You can prove me wrong. What did you enjoy yesterday?
Was it just me?
Yeah.
Was it just me?
That's my
What
point.
happened?
Oh,
No, don't worry.
I always miss out.
something materialized, and I didn't see it coming, but it was interesting.
Yeah, I thought since I was around the area, everybody's working so hard, and I wasn't working yesterday. I just bring everybody here goodies, which I did.
What goodies?
Don't worry, no, that's serious.
Where's my goodies?
Something small.
Where's my goodies?
You give me goodies. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Exactly.
I do remember one time. Yeah.
When, you know, it's like a really, really nice brother and sister relationship we have.
Are we brother and sister relationship?
You know when you tackle your siblings. But hey, one thing I like to remind my siblings is to take out an umbrella just in case it might rain.
Jesus Christ.
That is the wackiest segue you've come up with ever. I did not see how it linked.
Let's take the weather, guys. Hello and good morning. It's time for us to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the newspapers this morning right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Let's start with the Daily Trust. Today's Thursday, November 17th, 2022. It says here, at parley with candidates, Khan sets agenda for Tinubu Atiku others. Key things Buhari's successor must do, according to CAN president. Why I didn't pick Christian running mate, according to Tinubu. We have page 4 with more details. Beneath the masthead here, it says PDP crisis, G5 demands equity in reconciliation moves. We won't pay ASU for work not done, federal government insists. Gombe bags 4 World Bank States Award on fiscal transparency. It also says here, drunken soldier crushes army general to death in Lagos barracks. Senate backs CBN's Naira redesign policy. 11-year-old maid tortured by employer dies in Jos. And 7 years after, aviation roadmap mirrored in controversies and delays. That's what we have on the cover of the Daily Trust. We have with us the Guardian newspaper as well. It says here, 99 days to election. CSOs seek sanctions against underage voting. Duplication in INEC register. Development not surprising. Erring staff will be sanctioned, INEC vows. Don't make Nigeria a problem for West Africa. Electoral Forum chair warns politicians. It also says beneath the masthead here, it says Atiku faults APC's lopsided appointment, says PDP will form government of national unity. Declining sperm count raises human extinction concerns. Page 4 has more on that. Gunmen slay 9 family members in Plateau. More on page 9. 2 Nigerian athletes face 10-year jail term in U.S. for wire mail fraud. It also says here, okay, well, there is a photo story here of voters checking INEC register for their details before voting. Then at the bottom, it says federal government ASU face off. Government won't pay for service not rendered. Minister insists. Finally, Tinubu meets CAN, allays same faith ticket fears as a crisis looms in Ekiti House of Assembly 24 hours after the election of a new speaker. Paper with us as well. It says here, friends criticizing me lobbied for vice president slot, says Tinubu. Page 2 has more on that. Tinubu meets CAN, says he didn't Islamize his family, can't do such to Nigeria. Nigeria needs religiously neutral state, not a religious state. Association advises federal government. Next president must ensure a good balance between Muslims, Christians, according to the association. It says right at the top here, federal government asks to begin fresh showdown. Minister tackles lecturers on Naira redesign. It targets looted funds, according to the EFCC chair. Government planning bank guarantees for Nigeria-Ethiopia deal, and how delays, costly court processes frustrate families' access to deceased savings. That's a conversation. Page 16 and 17 have more on that. Officials of the Lagos State Task Force are doing a raid on commercial motorcycle operators, or Okada, in Abule-Egba in Lagos on Wednesday. Surrender mandate if APC loses, party tells Buhari. It also says here, APC, IU disagree over bid to win Lagos, and 11 cultists nabbed for terrorizing Lagos neighborhood. And that's what it says on the cover of the Punch. We have the Nation newspaper with us this morning as well. It says here, Tinubu, I am not seeking office on religious grounds. APC presidential candidate meets CAN. Christian body presents charter of demands. The story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 4. It does say at the top left there, World Bank okays $13.5 million financing plan for Nigeria. More on page 9. Buhari approves 134.7 billion naira for military veterans. Tribunal compels INEC to release Adeleke's certificates. UK government launches $100 million scheme to lift women. Drunk soldier kills general in Lagos. More on page 3. UK urged to intervene in Kanu's trial. More on page 4. And let's see what else we have here. The federal government insists no work, no pay for ASU members. Rivers won't vote for president along party lines, says Wike. G5 lists equity, justice, fairness as conditions for truce. And right at the bottom here, it says security operatives take over Ekiti Assembly as court rejects Mina's bail application. That's what it says on the cover of The Nation. And that's all we have time for when it comes to the headlines in the dailies. We have so much more coming your way right now. Welcome back.
Yes, indeed.
Now, it's a Thursday here, and it's just one of those days where everyone on the table happens to have kids.
Daughters. To be more
Daughters.
specific.
Yeah, daughters. I was having a conversation with a brand new mom, a friend of mine, and she was talking about the fact that, she wished her mom could be around her more and all that during that time. And I asked her why. She was like, my mother-in-law came for Mugo. I'm like, okay. I didn't want to unpack that. But then this morning, I saw a post, and let me see if I can read the post out as quickly as possible. It goes like this. It says, leave Omugwo for your wife's family members, I beg. She will be able to tell them when they are annoying her.
So you have to define what Omugwo is for.
Omugwo.
Yeah, for people who don't.
Okay, of course. This is a period of time where a mother or mother-in-law comes into the house after a brand new baby has arrived. So there's an infant in the house, and the mom leans on, or is supposed to lean on, an older support system to get things done the right way, or the cultural way, the ethnically correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So whose responsibility is it? And I mean, both mother-in-laws now. Who's it supposed to be culturally? When it was your when you had your babies, who was it?
When I had Elsie, that was my first. It was both mothers, actually.
Both mothers.
Yeah, my mom
Wow,
was...
poor Mike.
Wow.
Yeah, because two mother-in-laws inside of the house,
you went
tearing his head
there?
out. Honestly, now, didn't it happen?
And then I also had an elder nanny.
Okay.
So I had 3 elderly support systems.
Wow.
Yeah.
All
They were all for me, right?
Yeah.
So I had it from all corners.
Yeah.
My mom she was literally living with me at the time, and then she would go to work, back and forth.
Yeah.
And the second time, it was just my elder
aunt.
nanny.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
They
my
had
aunts.
enough of you by that time.
then-
My daughter, I know they go.
Well, we'll unpack that later.
Yes,
on.
so, but then
Yeah.
we need to also note that there are several roles that the mothers or mother-in-laws play when they come to visit or when they come for Omogo.
That is essential.
It
that's
is
important.
that's very essential and important. So it's not just, caring for the new mom.
Yeah.
It's also impacting the baby's life.
Yeah.
So it's more of also passing on knowledge to the child in those early years while they are with them. Some
How long should it last, however?
some mothers, mother-in-law stay longer.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's also very, very important because there's also the part where the in-laws, the wives have more issues with their mother-in-laws, where mother-in-laws are,
There was that friction.
telling them.
But-
you're trying to
I'm trying to unpack what you're saying, because it's supposed to be a bonding period between the new mother, and her mother-in-law. Right? So, of course, she's been with her mom all these years. She's, in her husband's house now and has a brand new baby. This is the first time she's going to be more intimate with her mother-in-law at this point. So this is where you get to unpack everything. So she could have been all, dainty and fine and, cooking every meal for your son and everything. But how she looks after your grandchildren, that's where the mother-in-laws find out, if she's got the right stuff that's needed to carry this home.
but then it's not about the mother-in-law. It's about the wife. It's about her caring for her daughter-in-law and the baby, right? Because one of the roles they also play is to help, against postnatal depression.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
good one.
That's also a major role that they are
That
supposed
could
to
be a
play.
trying time for
Exactly.
mothers, actually.
Exactly.
So
So
guess
while the
what?
mother is going through that, depressive state, she's supposed to help cater and pay attention to the new baby.
Sadly, it's not always the case. Sadly, that's when new tensions arise,
Exactly.
especially when it comes to husbands. Have you noticed that we've not actually brought the men into this
That's why I
conversation
haven't been
at all?
speaking since.
Because
Now lay it on me.
what exactly did you expect when your new baby came?
Peace, loveliness, glitz, and happiness.
get
It's a
that?
baby.
Did you get-
Well, so in my case, the culture is, and this is our unit as a family, the culture is that the new mother will always go to my parents.
Okay.
Or rather convenient.
Okay.
The apparatus is there.
Yeah,
Everything. So to me, it was rather like growing up all over again. Like, my
Okay.
house, not only this time. So it's like an introduction into the family home for the baby and also for my wife. It was, I think that it was rather average. It was rather okay.
And
My
your
case.
wife was completely okay with it. She never at
was
any point
okay.
wanted her people to come in.
No, it was, everything was jolly actually. Quite.
Okay. She never at any point invited one of her family members
Oh,
to
no,
come.
that would happen, but
Okay.
no, it didn't cause any.
Okay, all
any
right.
ruffle or
We'll
anything.
accept that answer.
But to be honest, at first I had issues with too many
Aha.
people in my home.
Okay.
Because I like my space. So this because
Beautiful.
everyone was just in my face. I'm like, can you just
Go away.
allow? Yeah. Just
That's
let
when
me
you now
be.
come to the
But
period.
then,
Yeah.
when I had Eliana, I really needed the
Missed
company.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I missed all of them.
So the period of how long, you were asking that question.
Yeah, how long is it?
How
How
long
long
it's
should it
supposed to be? So you mentioned postnatal depression. Some people think that postnatal depression occurs almost immediately after a baby is born, but it could actually occur little
Anytime.
later
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
So it could be 2 months. It
could even be
3
after a
months,
year.
It could be after a year.
I
So-
heard and read a
Yeah.
study that said that women continue to go through postnatal depression, actually, even into teens when their kids are in their teens.
Yes.
It's like an expression
delayed-
that was not a delayed.
Yeah.
Emotion.
scary.
Right.
So
That's
yeah.
scary.
So I guess then that's what makes that period, the Omugo period, very important.
very important.
Because you need to offload all of that there with the support and the help that you get then. One thing I just don't know is where that word comes from, Omugo.
Oh, true. I think
Exactly.
we need you
Please.
to help us with that.
Help us out if you're out there and you.
Omugo is
we just
actually
want
an
to know
Igbo word,
which
actually, yeah.
Nigerian word. If
It
it's
is an
Igbo,
Igbo
where in
word.
which Igbo, what does it mean?
Yeah,
translated, syllable
for
for
word.
syllable. If there's anybody out there, our L's are working on this right now. Our L's are there. They don't know. Thank you very much for staying tuned. We've got more inside of Wake Up Nigeria for a Thursday edition.
Special chicken fried rice. Hello, Samuel. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you.
Welcome very well.
Yeah, you always come prepared for us. So this morning you're making special chicken fried rice. What makes this special?
I have the fresh basil here, and they have the capsicum, and they have the turmeric to give a yellow golden color.
Ooh, nice, a yellow golden color. So unlike the curry powder that we use for our fried rice, you're using the turmeric
The
powder
turmeric,
instead.
yeah.
Okay, why?
Because turmeric has metabolism. It fires up metabolism, and at the same time promotes emotional well-being.
Ooh, I mean, it also plays the same role with the red pepper and the bell peppers.
The bell pepper.
Yeah.
This keep the skin useful and also provide.
Now let's
high
run through
health.
the other ingredients that I'll be using for
And,
our special fried rice.
I'm here to make special fried rice, and those are the recipes of the dishes.
Oh, run through them.
Very easy to execute.
Okay.
Here I have the chicken breast. Like we all know, chicken is a good source of protein and very useful in controlling blood pressure.
Okay.
BP. And here we have our rice, very rich in fiber and also helps in weight loss.
Okay.
And I have my onions here. It fights cancer and also repair respiratory health.
Okay.
And I have the garlic here. I have garlic here which regulate blood sugar. And fresh garlic can kill E. coli and salmonella disease. And I have a ginger here which improve blood circulation and also lower blood pressure.
All right, go ahead.
And I have the spring. I have the spring onion here. I have the spring onion who promote heart
Heart health.
Yeah, it promotes
Health,
heart health.
Yeah, and then we have our tomatoes.
And we have our tomato here who improve vision, and we have the carrot here who improve kidney function and liver function.
Now, what's this quickly?
It's sesame oil. You have the sesame
oil.
You have the sesame
Is that
oil.
what we are using for the fried rice? What exactly are we using the sesame oil
I'm
for?
using sunflower oil.
Why?
And I'm using sunflower because it's very healthy, and sunflower oil promote
Okay, you know what?
healthy nervous system.
Let's just get cooking. Sunflower oil. Okay, so what are we starting with?
Here I have to boil the rice, then before
Okay.
I start execution.
Okay, so what are we doing with the rice? Are we parboiling it?
Yes, yeah, we have to parboil the rice, then we work easily.
What are you doing with the chicken?
And the chicken, I have to chunk it, while I have to have some grill by the side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So we're working with the rice and then the chicken.
And the chicken. It's very easy, just very easy.
It sounds like an easy recipe, rather. If you're just joining us, with me in the kitchen is Chef Samuel, and we are making his special chicken fried rice. This is something that you should pay attention to, guys. I mean, we are nudging towards the weekend, and it's something that you would like to prepare for the kids, for visitors. If you have any coming over this weekend, this will be an option, right? Okay, so let's just get right into it. We are boiling our rice first, and then for our chicken, what are we using to marinate our chicken?
Seasoning cube. I have the
Okay.
seasoning cube, yeah, salt and seasoning cube.
Okay,
Yeah.
then where does the ginger and garlic go in?
It's going into the rice.
Into
and
the
I have some little marination to marinate the chicken to take a chicken flavor.
Okay, and of course for this dish we are using turmeric powder. If you can't find turmeric powder, is curry powder and also an option? Yeah,
Yeah, it's also an option.
Because well, aside its other health benefits, it also helps to give the rice that golden yellowish color.
Yeah.
You know, that bright color that we see. You know, sometimes we see green. Sometimes you see
Yeah.
yellow.
But this is
So
golden.
it's not exactly sure.
This is golden
but
yellow
with
color.
turmeric, you get that golden, golden, you
Very
know,
vibrant,
color.
vibrant.
It's
Yeah.
very bright as well.
Colorful.
So let's get cooking quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first we're going to parboil our rice, and then okay. So yeah. Let's get up a bit, Samuel. Whatever it is that you will need to get down there, we'll get it later on. And then for our sesame oil, are we using it for the chicken as well?
Yes, yeah. I'm starting with the chicken, sesame oil for the rice. Yes.
Okay.
I'm starting with the sunflower oil, then I finish with the sesame oil to give a Asian flavor.
An Asian flavor.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So let me put on the heat for you so that we can start.
I want this on the high heat and I want this on the medium heat.
Medium heat. That's for the chicken,
This
right?
for the rice. This for the rice
Okay.
on the high heat, and this for the
Okay.
chicken on the medium heat.
Okay, great. I'm just going to regulate that, and hopefully it comes on pretty soon so that we can start boiling our rice. So much happening here in the kitchen. As you can see, Chef Samuel is geared up and ready to get cooking. Right, but hey, we're not doing this without you. But for now, let's head over to the couch for some book chat discussion with Titi. Those that know me know I love a good book. And sometimes they just fall into your lap at the last minute. You never know if you're going to enjoy it or not. One thing I do know is that this particular piece is extremely intriguing. The book for today is titled How We Destroy Nigeria by John Walker Adetunji Adeoye. He's a seasoned speechwriter, historian, media practitioner, and private investigator. He has over a decade of experience doing what he's passionate about, and he's going to be shedding a lot more light on this piece. He's actually got 2 volumes of this book. He has one that's subtitled Precedents of Doom, and then he has another one titled The Haven for Financial Crimes and Corruption. Now, this should be an interesting conversation. You're welcome to the show.
Good morning, Titi. How are you doing today?
So this is my first time ever meeting a private investigator.
Oh, really?
Yes. Do you have a badge? Is it like how it is on TV? Or are you actually, behind
The first rule of private investigation, nobody must know that you're a private investigator. First of all,
Okay, so I'm sorry for doing that.
No, you're not sorry. No, don't be sorry. It's not something you advertise. It's not something it's not like what you see on TV. It's not like what you watch in the movies.
Okay.
It's what you do. Let me just say that you don't let the cat out of the bag, and you must learn to keep your mouth shut.
Okay.
Yes, and just walk.
Well, speaking of keeping your mouth shut, you definitely opened it in these pieces.
Yes.
Because I'm using the word here, destroy, in present continuous, not past tense.
Yes. A lot of us are still optimistic about our country. We love our country. Country first, anything else. We are patriotic. We put country before politics. We put country before sentiments. We put country before any other thing. So the word destroy was chosen carefully because it is something that is present and continuous and something that we can fix. It is not how we destroyed.
Okay.
I was careful in choosing that word destroy as against destroyed because we can still fix Nigeria.
Amen to that.
Yes.
But I'm just trying to put myself in your shoes now. I would have probably used maybe derailed Nigeria or delayed Nigeria.
Well,
Destroyed?
perhaps I'm the kind of person that from my experience as a Nigerian first, before a speechwriter, a private investigator, and any other thing, I know Nigerians for who we are, understand? And I do not want to be economical with the truth. I want to say things the way it is. I don't think there's any Nigerian who would look at the way things are in the country and say, oh, I am happy with the way things are. No Nigerian should be happy with the way things are today. Yet, we are the ones contributing, all of us, without exception to none, we are the ones contributing to the state of the nation right now.
I'm hearing the passion behind your words, and as a speechwriter, you've probably had to write for specific dignitaries,
yes.
people who had, you know, the opportunity to make or mar situations.
Yeah. 4 African presidents right now, whose name I am so sorry I cannot mention. I write for 4 African presidents here, and so many political appointees.
And so with that kind of access, you probably felt in some sort of way you had a little bit of power. There is, when you're writing for people like that, you feel a little more powerful.
The difference between speech writing and you writing books, that is because the former, you have to be very, very professional. You have to be very professional in what you do. You have to consider a lot of ethics, moral high grounds, political high grounds, every sort of high grounds when you are doing your job. You can't just do things the way you want to do, because whatever comes from for instance, whatever comes from the office of the state governor, whatever comes from the office of the president must be scrutinized, must be checked by protocols. But as an author, I'm on TV, I cannot use vulgar, I know, but I can decide as an author to use whatever I want to do whatever I want to do. So that's the difference.
Is that what you've done here?
I have in the 2 books, the volume 1 and volume 2, there's a particular chapter there's a particular sub-chapter that interests me, and that is the inelegant conclusion part of these books, where I wrote inelegantly. I said my mind, and I threw caution to the wind intentionally. I threw caution to the wind. I spoke carelessly about Nigerian situation. I don't want it to be edited. So
who is the book for? Is it for you, or is it
for every Nigerian?
Every Nigerian.
Every Nigerian. We need to understand we need to understand how we got to this present state of the country. We need to understand that.
So they do say if you are to know where you're going, you have to understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
So you have this first edition in a historical context.
Yes. The first edition, The Precedents of Doom, it talks about the roles that pre-colonial rulers made, the mistake they made that led to the colonization of Nigeria. It also talked about the mistakes of our founding fathers, and when I mean our founding fathers, I mean the likes of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, Alhaji Tafawa Balewa, Alhaji Ahmadu Bello, and the rest. What were the mistakes that they made that led us to this state? Okay. Everything was written there. The roles of military dictatorship, some parochial beliefs, and faulty cultural practices in Nigeria, such as misogyny, disrespect for women, disrespect for children. A whole lot of things are written in this first book that, in my opinion, I believe that Nigeria as a country, when we measure progress and or failure of any government, the only thing most Nigerians, there's a mistake, there are mistakes we make in Nigeria. Okay. The only thing they look at is the financial aspect. Okay. Oh, what is the price of the dollar to the naira? Okay. I bought bread 20 naira in 1999. Today it's now 200. Nigeria is failing. There are so many other things that come together to play crucial and critical parts of national development that Nigerians do not pay attention to. And maybe when we get there, I will talk more.
Okay, so I have to ask you now if you believe that after reading this book, it will make an impact. Do you truly believe this?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I think in Nigeria, like I said, there are a lot of cultural defaults and defects in Nigeria that we need to arrest before even talking about the financial part. Before we start talking about, oh, dollar is $1 to 1,000 naira, oh, Nigeria is in trouble, there are a lot. The reading culture in Nigeria is at an all-time low, and I'm not impressed. As an author, I'm not impressed. A lot of youth today are failing Nigeria. Nigerians, they claim that Nigerians have failed them, but it is my humble opinion that they fail Nigeria too. They don't read. They don't know anything. They are on social media arguing, abusing everybody, insulting everybody. Then when you talk to them one-on-one, you find out that they do not know anything. And this is trouble, because when you do not know the problems, you cannot prefer solutions. And that's why books like this are out there for people to read, to understand Nigeria's problems.
And of course, you have highlighted with, how many chapters is this? You have about 7 amazing chapters here where you've highlighted quite a lot of the issues and possible solutions. And of course, you've actually had access to corridors of power where these were probably major issues. We have to appreciate you for coming to talk to us today.
Thanks so much.
And yeah, it has been a pleasure having this conversation. There's a lot to unpack there. We'd love to know your opinion. Give your comments and contributions as much as you can. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. My name is Titilayo Oyinsan. We'll be back after this.
I wasn't sure if you were beside me because you seem to be, doing so much.
100% beside you.
Oh, thank you. Here's making special chicken fried rice, right? Let's run through the ingredients once again and tell us where you're at.
Yeah, I have the chicken breast here, seasoning cube, turmeric, fresh basil, spring onion, red capsicum, green capsicum, spring onion as well for the garnish, fresh tomato, carrot, and onion, then garlic and ginger.
Oh, and then we have our sesame oils.
And the sesame oil.
And sunflower oil, great. I see that we've started with the chicken. What exactly is going on there?
I grill the chicken aside for it to be visible because this one is going into the rice.
Oh,
why this will be aside.
Okay, so what did you do with the chicken?
I marinated with seasoning cube.
Okay, just seasoning cube?
Salt and seasoning cube.
Okay.
And a drop of sesame oil to take the flavor.
Ooh, okay. So what are you doing now?
And just after grilling, I keep aside and I execute everything when the rice is cooked.
Now tell us about the rice.
The rice has to cook because if the rice is not cooked, I will not have the flavor of all the recipes.
Okay, so first off, we are parboiling the rice. Is there anything going into the rice while we're getting
After the parboiled, I drain it out, then I execute easily.
Okay, now let's talk about the execution that you keep referring to. What exactly are we doing? Take us through the step-by-step process.
Okay. I'm here to make the fried rice. Here I start with the chicken.
Okay.
Because I'll not allow my chicken, I'll allow the chicken to cook to avoid salmonella disease.
Okay, there's something you did with the chicken first.
I season the chicken.
With what?
Seasoning cube, salt and seasoning cube.
Okay.
Then I will start with the chicken. When the chicken is cooked for a while, I come with the onion.
Okay.
When the onion is taking a golden color and translucent and take the flavor of the kitchen, then I come with the carrot to take a tender texture.
Okay.
Followed by the bell peppers.
Okay.
Then I come with the garlic and the ginger to avoid burnt smell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a step, you have to come by the step.
Okay.
Yeah. Then,
now that you're, explaining this process to me, it's kind of confusing, to be honest, because what we've been taught, right, is first you start with the onions to caramelize, you get all that flavor into the oil, and then you put in your chicken, and then you put in your garlic and ginger.
Depends on what you're cooking. If you are dealing with chicken, you have to come first with the chicken.
Oh, so you have to do the chicken first, and then the onions.
Because there's no raw chicken. And same as well, seafood. You have to come with those seafood. But if you are cooking with beef, onion is fine because red beef is fine. Yeah, it's good to have your beef medium.
Okay, you learned that here first on the Wake Up Nigeria show. That's why we try to get the best of the best of the best chefs right here. Also, while also teaching us how to cook, also giving us some good kitchen hacks. All right, so while we're getting things sorted here in the kitchen, let's head over to the couch for some art display discussion with Mizuno.
Wow, I don't know how I'll be able to get through this segment because the aroma from the kitchen is just all over the place. It's beautiful, loving it, expecting it, wanting it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a Thursday, and of course, Thursdays are known for our arts. Everything has its beauty, but not everyone sees it. For art display today, we have Uzoma Samuel Anyao. He's a multidisciplinary experimental artist whose works cut across mixed media, collage paintings, photography, and installation sculptures. He's joining us right now. You are welcome, Mr. Anyao.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you. First of all, I want to say, nice idea.
Thank you.
I see what you're doing here. And your art, let's talk about your art.
Thank you.
I mean, first off, I don't know what to call this. When I first saw it, I said, no, those aren't paintings. But you said to me that, yes, it is a painting, he says.
Yes.
It's your medium that's different. So tell us exactly what's different about your art and the medium you use in painting.
Yes, this is actually collage painting done with fabric. So if you further apply the machine, it's called quilt or quilting.
Okay.
Like in the Western world, they have a lot of quilting jobs or artists who does quilting. But here we do with collage.
Okay.
So this I've developed for about 10 years now.
Wow.
I've been working on this after school.
Okay. In the intro, we also told that you do painting as well. Where did you start from? Did you start, pictures rather. Did you start from painting into pictures and then the other forms of art, or just tell us exactly how you started?
So I think my life has been kind of incredible from childhood, as very inquisitive, making drawings, basket, a lot of things. But then coming to develop it, I started from photography first.
Oh, okay.
You know, and which helped me to begin to learn how to compose images together. And then going to school, out of school, I studied painting at the University of Port Harcourt.
Nice.
And then where I also further into photography, and I've been done a lot in photography. I've exhibited also internationally.
Nice.
Yes, but
now, if you look at the screen, there were a couple of pictures we were showing from before with people standing around, plenty of material and stuff like that. What was that? We saw you with scissors. I think you were cutting up pieces of those cloth. What exactly is happening there? I don't know if we can show that again on the screen so that we'll get a good understanding of what there you see. Did you see those people?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
what is that? What was that?
So actually, this whole work takes a lot.
There it is.
And then we do what we call bush marketing, bush marketing, where we go to source for the fabrics, because these are waste products.
Okay.
And then I'm inspired to do this to contribute to the sustenance of the environment. And then,
That's strange.
by the time we bring all these fabrics, we picked up from tailor houses, fashion homes.
Exactly.
And then we bring them together. We have to sort them out, different colors, different types. And, you know, these are things that come from all over the world, and then they land here in Nigeria. We are taking a kind of cultural items from other people, because fabrics are not just fabric for just clothing, but I go extra to pay attention to those motifs, those pictorial designs, those pieces that are cut off and then are not part of the ones people are putting on. So this make up the works. By the time we finish sorting them out, then I can begin to see the ones to work with in various categories, colors, separations, and shapes.
Very interesting stuff. Very beautiful paintings. I'm going to come back to what you said about sourcing these things and, you know, when you go to gather them. I see some small paintings here, all like with the same medium of cloth that we're talking about from just now. That one with the glove. What inspired these? Are these a part of a collection altogether?
Yes, these are part of collections. They are untitled yet.
Untitled.
But like after sorting the clothes out, so sometimes when I'm inspired, when something comes to my mind and I get into the studio, I begin to put them together. And that is how these ones come about.
I can
the
see
glove, that. Like hand and all that. These are things, objects, fabric pieces I picked up from
And I do get what you mean by the material representing different cultures from different places. You know, when they come, you have to sort them. And it all has like a welding of different cultures and all. I get that. I know what you're saying. I see some of them are our local Adire and others are different. I don't know if the camera can pick these very minutiae detail here, but I do get that. But now, the elephant in the room, like Titi will say, is that painting over there. We showed a couple of them on screen.
Yes.
But this one is massive and it's real. It's like in our faces. I love it. It must have a title already. What is it called?
Okay, this is a commissioned portrait.
Okay.
And why I decided to bring this and also this other one.
Oh, yes, there's another one here too. So
that it doesn't look like it's a kind of racial thing. I only do black art and all that. So as a photographer, I photograph both white and black people. I'm telling the human story. It is not just about Nigeria, but then as an African or Nigeria. So I have incorporated my materials to extend it to paint both the white people and the black people, because everyone is connected to fabric.
Yes, indeed. Very, very true. Now, what you don't know sitting at home and looking at these paintings is the fact that they're made out of little strips of different material, like cloth, like what I'm wearing, and they make those pictures that you're seeing, that your mind is seeing. But when you experience it in person, it's actually very, very mind-baffling. Like, How did he put all of these together? And you're making such detailed pictures of people's physiognomy, their faces, and especially that one there. I wish I could just pick it up and start peeling all the little. I want to get tangible with it and start peeling it. The one in front of us here with the black lady, what's it called?
Yeah, these are some of part of the series I'm working on. Or usually some of my works, you see the ones probably in an exhibition, you see a lot of women faces.
Yeah.
And then I actually use faces of people to collage these fabrics.
Are they real faces from the start?
Yes.
Real
yes,
people.
Real people.
And how close to the original do you get with these?
Yes, very much close. I get to a very realistic level of
I really want to pick this up
comparison.
because I want everybody to see it real good. I want everybody to see this. This is... Now, you can see that face, especially the way the camera makes it look. It's really, to you at home, is defined. But when you get real close, they're all pieces of cloth. So from here, I might not be able to see that face as defined as you're seeing. But when you step back, like what the camera is showing, it is so beautiful. All little bits of cloth all come together to make her lips, the eyes, and all. And then this is oil, isn't it, on the side
these
here?
are acrylic. These are
Acrylic.
yes.
Yeah, but that's just beautiful, man. How do you do this? It's just, it's interesting. If you give me this, I'm scared that it'll be at risk of me peeling it because I'm just like that. I just want to start peeling away at it already. But Mr. Ozoma, this is actually beautiful art. It's one of the best I've seen when it comes to collage art. And I think that this is, how much would this go for?
Something hundreds of naira.
Hundreds of naira, not 100 though. Hundreds other.
Sometimes when it gets into the hands of the real dealers,
Yeah,
millions.
I can imagine. And you know what?
galleries.
It is worth it. This expression, it is worth it. I love your art. I think you're doing fantastic. And I look forward to seeing more of what you do. And perhaps maybe invite me to one of your many exhibitions that you've been at. And many more to come.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to your work, and please do let us know. Keep us in touch.
I will.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Do stay tuned. We've got more for a Thursday edition here, an entire hour left. We'll be right back.
We are sharing a lot with you, especially his Yoruba journey is getting there eventually. We will get there, but a few more bus stops.
I know, right?
Oh gosh, like it when we begin a brand new hour. Hey, it means we've just created another memorable 1 hour with you. And of course, we're ready to go for another 45.
Absolutely. Maybe not an exactly full 1 hour. Got a bit like it's not 1 hour now. Is we're embellishing. What it's called. Speaking about how's it going inside of the kitchen there,
Oh gosh.
Yeah, Chef Samuel is embellishing our taste buds and, you know, our palates with his beautiful Arabian flavor. Loving it. Well done. Our rice is almost done. He's just been all over the kitchen, yeah. Great work.
Well, it's all good. I want to say thank you to everybody for staying with us into this next hour. Do remember now, of course, you know, my name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Just make sure you are streaming the show live. If you need to move around, just visit tvcentertainment.tv and click stream live. You can also watch us live on Facebook at TVC Connect. And we're on GOTV, channel 27, and UHF, channel 49.
Yeah, join the show from anywhere you might be, anywhere in the world, even if you're on the road walking, so just don't hit a lamppost. What you need to do is have it on your devices. We've got the app. You can download that on iOS or on Android.
Yes, so quite a lot still coming up. We still have tech. We're going to be checking out the latest innovations and inventions in the tech space very, very shortly. All right, it's time for us to speak with our final guest for today. We're joined by actor, producer, Darlington Sonny Ralph.
Yes, indeed, Darlington Sonny Ralph. Now, he's one who's been able to hone his skills over the years to be one of the finest in the movie industry. He's done it all.
Yeah.
He's done what? What are the projects we can mention now? I know there's Tinsel in there.
Of course.
And so many other great visual works. And he's such a humble person. I've got so many questions for you, Mr. Darlington.
Honestly, when it comes to projects that you worked on, you know that there's a lot of projects that that people can remember, but Tinsel is one of the first things that comes to mind when it comes to longevity, continuity, and of course a particular standard of production. Was there any pressure when it just when you just jumped on board the team?
Yes, a lot of pressure because Tinsel happened to be first of its kind in West Africa, studio base, multiple camera, and all of that. So there was a lot of pressure for sure, a lot of back and forth. Yeah, it was going to kick off in 2007, but because we are building sets, setting up, and all of that, a lot happened, and we couldn't get it started in 2007 until April 2008. Actually, was when we rolled our first frame, and then it was like dream came true.
Okay.
Yeah, we have our first frame. It was exciting at that moment, but the period of setting up in 2007 was crazy. It was tasking, it was draining, it was a lot of sleepless nights. Yes.
So, you know, it's gone on for so long since then. Did you ever think it was going to, you know, go on for so long?
Well, nobody actually thought that. Nobody. But then some of us were hopeful because once you do something good, you believe, I mean, you have this mindset that, yeah, as long as people like it, it's going to come back. I mean, it's going to continue. And we're just hopeful. After season one, then, because in season one, we did just 65 episodes of Tinsel.
Did you say just?
Just, this is a lot.
65 episodes.
Just
That's like,
a lot.
Yeah, because afterwards,
How many weeks?
we started doing 260 episodes every year. Yes.
Goodness.
In 11 months.
that's practically, we've got 335, how many days in the
36 days.
36 days?
Yeah,
in the
because it's a daily show, Monday to Friday.
Do you have to be in there every single day? Like we're in here every single day for
Yes.
the breakfast show, and it's kind of like your occupation, it's your job.
Exactly.
Not just people who sit
Exactly.
behind
Resume
a
in the
desk.
morning, shoot until you're done. You know, the funny thing is, you never have closing time. You only close when you finish what you have on the schedule.
Wow, are you still married? I can imagine not having a time when you step into the house. Your wife will be like,
Or,
yeah, come again.
well, someone like me, I'm not married, but the married ones are still there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Men,
It must be
women,
tasking.
they're there.
Wow.
They're doing the job.
Yeah? So it must be fulfilling work, you know. But then fulfillment for some is different from fulfillment for others.
Yes, sure.
Financial fulfillment is what everybody is looking forward to these days. So financially fulfilling all those years on set?
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's all about passion.
Okay.
It's all about passion. In our industry, if you are looking at the monetary aspect of it first, you will miss it. So as long as you're passionate about what you do, because when we started, you know, in that 2007, because I came from Abuja actually, for Tinsel, yes.
Oh.
So yes, and I didn't know Lagos. I had to take a night bus, jump into a night bus to come to Lagos, you know, when I was asked to come for a meeting. And then after the meeting that day, I took a night bus back to Abuja because I had no place to sleep.
Wow.
Yes. So, and the meeting was just to familiarize and then get to know, okay, are you on board? Are you going to come with us? Are you ready to ride with us? And I said, yes, I'm here. And then I took another bus back to Abuja to tidy myself. Wow. And then come back. And then I came back to Lagos. It wasn't because of money. I wasn't looking at the monetary aspect of it. I was just passionate about what I do. I love production. I started as an actor, by the way, and then got into production. And then someone saw me work somewhere in Abuja and went and said was going to start. And I don't know how it happened. All I know that I got a call, you know, from Mnet then, and then, hey, Senator.
It was Grace.
Yes,
Grace.
it was
Yeah,
Grace,
that's
actually.
what it is.
Yes.
So, being a producer, having a passion for production, I'm sure that, I mean, you also produce live shows as well.
Yes, I do.
There must be a whole lot that you've learned from being on Tinsel from 2007 up until now that has really cooked you and gotten you ready for all of these live productions. Because I've been in a couple of them and I know that it is not beans at all. How do you manage the pressure? How do you manage the egos, the people larger than life? You have to pay me enough to be talking to me like that and all of that. It can be really tedious.
Yes. Well, production generally is tedious, all right? And especially when you want to get it right. Because you must keep your eyes, no matter what you're seeing around you, you must keep your eyes to the prize. That is the most important thing. What do you want to achieve? Tinsel has set a standard in the industry. Our Nollywood became what it is today because of what Tinsel brought on board. All right? The standard, the organization, the everything in general. And then you don't want to, as someone who has been on Tinsel on that kind of project, you don't want to go out there to do something else and do something less.
Yeah.
Because anybody who is bringing you on his or her project is expecting you to do better than what you've given to Tinsel production.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you just have to learn to manage everybody.
Yeah.
You have, sometimes we fight, yes, someone like me. I can fight, I can quarrel, and you settle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't get too hard. You just fight. Hey, we're gonna work.
Of
Let's
course,
work.
the show must go on.
The show must go
Always.
on.
But now the show is moving mostly from TV stations onto streaming platforms now. Now the streaming platforms seem to be taking over. There's a shift in the industry that many didn't really see coming. And
Is it working for them? Is it working
exactly?
for you
Is it
guys?
working
Is it to your
for
advantage, this shift?
You know, I'm wondering that question. But then also, do you think it's advisable for platforms from outside the country to be, in quotes, taking over?
I wouldn't say they are taking over. They're only helping us to project what we have, the content we have. We can't consume it all by ourselves.
Okay.
Do you understand? And also, movie making is also money making. You don't want to spend money, make a movie and keep it in a shelf. You want to make your money. Okay. You have bills to pay.
Yep.
So these streaming platforms are only helping us to tell our story out there. They're also helping us to put some coins in our pockets. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like it's now becoming an archive that is domiciled outside our country? Why can't we have our own archive of content?
I wouldn't say we don't have our own archives. We do.
Okay.
I'm sure if you look for Ijere, then you will still find them in Nigeria. Masquerade and all of that, you still find them. So we have our archives, but
I would like to jump on that argument and say that no, we do not, because I was part of a group of people that actually went back to NTA at one time, 10 years ago, looking for these archives, and we couldn't find
really?
them. It was very sad, because these are gems in our television history that have been lost forever. They were not catalogued, they were not preserved. You only find very few of them, thrown around YouTube. But to find the entire season, or the 1984 season, none of these. I think we lost quite a lot. So I do believe that with the introduction of streaming services, this will afford us that ability to be able to. I don't know if you agree with me, Titi.
Yeah.
To catalog our.
I just
art.
wish it belonged to us. So now I'm putting it to you now, that someone with your experience, maybe if a team invited you on board to create a streaming platform for Nigeria by Nigerians, would you join the team?
This is the guy that came on Night Bus and went to the next day.
what kind of question is that? Titi, are you kidding me? Please, let the cost start coming in, please.
Okay. All right then.
But as a producer, would you say that you are rather one of the very premium, expensive, let me remove premium, expensive kind, or
interesting? I wouldn't say that. You have big boys who have been there who have many years experience, like people like. What are you talking about? What will we say of Femi Odugbe?
While you're answering
respect yourself. Don't let them relate.
Shift you over to the kitchen in just about a bit. But what could we be looking forward to from you in the next maybe like 5 or next year or two? Are we looking for anything?
Yeah. I left Tinsel in August. I just left Tinsel because I've been there for 15 years.
Oh, that's a long time.
I started as a production assistant to grow to production coordinator to manager, then to line producer, and then I have quite a lot on the ground I want to do right now. I just want to keep it down there yet until when it's fully developed, then we can talk about it. But I have a lot going on.
This conversation has to continue, but let's
bring him over, please. Come on over.
This kitchen we are going to is here fufu and pandeyam, or pandeyam and open sara.
Have you heard Igbo country music?
Please take a seat.
Oh, wow.
All for you, man. This
So
is
there's
beautiful,
some
isn't it?
amazing
Wonderful.
food in front of you here, but it's great to see you also on screen as an actor in this clip that we're seeing here. Can you tell us
really?
a bit about what's happening on screen there?
Oh,
You remember that one?
You remember that?
yeah. This is recent, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
yeah, the lady there is my friend who who worked together long before now. And all of a sudden, from nowhere, she called me and said, Senator, do you still act? I said, yes, why not?
Really?
Yeah. It's okay, I have a role for you. I have something fitting. I was like,
Interesting.
oh, really? Please send the script down. And
right.
then I jumped on it.
So our very own MM here
Yeah.
is also an actor.
Oh, wow.
Yes, just in case you have any roles coming up. She's very feisty.
Welcome
in
to
her
the
roles.
kitchen, Senator.
My
Thank
pleasure,
you so
MM.
much. Nice to meet you.
The beautiful MM.
Oh, thank you. This is Chef Sammy, and this morning he's made for you special chicken fried rice.
Wonderful.
Yes, really
give it a
special.
try,
lot
please,
of
why?
love went into it. So please have a
Wonderful.
taste and let us know what you think.
Please go ahead.
I'm not Oyibo.
Nah.
But rice is not Igbo food now.
No, this is
No.
the flour, the grass,
flour.
and this is flour. This is grass. Which one is it?
Let's go ahead.
Go ahead, give
have
it a taste. Give it a
yeah,
taste. This
have
is
a
for me?
taste. Yes, please.
And I'm safe.
Yes, of
Very
course.
safe. Extremely safe.
Excellent.
You know where to find us if anything goes
It
wrong.
was made in a very safe, hygienically.
Environment.
It's okay. I trust.
Hygiene.
I trust you guys. I trust you guys.
So enjoy.
What do you think?
Love it. Getting all those veggies.
What's your name again?
in.
Just Sammy.
Chef
Simon.
Yeah?
Interesting.
All
Right,
right.
he likes it. Nice.
Well
That's
done,
a
Chef
verdict.
Sammy.
That's a
Well
verdict.
done, well done, well done.
Well done.
And
Beautiful.
of course, thank you once again for this wonderful breakfast, and of course to you, Senator, and to all our guests for being on the show today. Thank you.
It's been a very colorful, energetic show
Yes, it
today.
has.
And we still have more. There's still one more day left in the work
There
week.
is?
Friday, 7 a.m. Everyone will be with you once again.